Hi and welcome to another episode of Blockheads. I'm Jacob. This of course is Dr. George. Today we've got a special guest. It's Joyce Zhang from ICO. George, over to you.
Hi Joyce and welcome, and what a great story, and how you ended up coming here, and perhaps you can share that with us, how you were introduced to blockchain and
Sure.
what brought you here, and what ICO is all about.
Sure. So I was introduced to blockchain in 2017. Spring of 2017, when I was working at a refugee camp, or volunteering at a refugee camp, I should say, in northern Greece, in a small town called Alexandria. And when I was there, I had a lot of time to read, and so I started reading Blockchain Revolution. But more importantly, I just met all these people who lost everything because their governments failed to some degree, the system failed them to some degree, their banks were just bombed and all their money disappeared, their identities were non-existent, they were waiting for the EU or someone to give them some sort of identity, and these were all the problems and solutions that blockchain kind of offered. Kind of a decentralized network, but also a trusted network that could offer these people identity, money, access to resources and goods. So through that, while I was reading Blockchain Revolution, there's a passage in it where it says UNICEF has invested in these certain projects. And I Googled those projects, taking initiative, and found Ampli, which is the project I now lead out in Cape Town.
Tell us about Ampli.
Yeah, so Ampli is a mobile decentralized application that early childhood development practitioners, so that's like preschool teachers in the townships of South Africa, use to take attendance. And we fit into the existing kind of government subsidy system for ECD. So per child per day, per attendance I should say, a teacher gets 15 Rand, it's about $1.50 Australian. And so that's all paper-based though. They take attendance on paper, writing down ID numbers, and at the end of the quarter, filling out a government form and then having to hand that in. And so what we do is digitize that whole process and also create an impact token, which is that verified attendance claim, which is equivalent to that Schedule B form that we hope in the future government can actually accept instead of physical paper to facilitate that subsidy process.
And that's been implemented already?
Yes.
In some schools?
Yes.
How many schools are using that
We
system?
actually have 80 plus centers using the app right now. Most of them are in the Western Cape. I think we have over 60,000 attendances since November 2016. So, and it's growing.
So have you been able, so we know what the problem was,
Yep.
attendance,
Yes.
we know what the solution is,
Yes.
and there's a reward system, and have we seen any benefits associated with better attendance and the product?
I think we have. We're working really closely with also just the teachers in general to see what other metrics they want to track. So we've heard height and weight are something we want to track, and children's growth. And that'll feed into perhaps also safety. And something we are looking at too is integrating our system with other systems, so like a health system perhaps, well, I should say this too. So what's really unique about our system and blockchain in general is that each of these children and the staff members gets a decentralized identity that they take with them throughout, using our system, using other systems, other blockchain-based systems. Yeah. So these children, most of them don't have South African ID numbers. At least a lot of them don't. But at age 6, when they graduate our program or graduate Ampli and want to go into elementary school, they have a record of every single time they attended ECD, and they can qualify to go to go to an elementary school. I think that's really powerful, and that also I think feeds into qualifying them for other systems and other benefits that they may otherwise have been excluded from.
Definitely. So educational, there's health benefits, and there's tracking benefits and ID security benefits. I think it's a great system. It's successful,
yes,
and run by a bunch of young entrepreneurs. I believe it's Swiss-based.
Yeah, so ICO Foundation is Swiss-based. Ampli itself is being implemented by a South African blockchain innovation studio called Trust Lab. So it's all actually South African people, except for me, who are there and in the field working with these teachers, working with the local government.
Okay, so the ICO protocol.
Yes.
How does that work with Ampli?
So ICO is a blockchain,
Yes.
and Ampli is built on top of it. So what happened with Ampli was in 2016 when we started our pilot, we used Ethereum because it was there and ready to be used. But we quickly realized, proving our success, that attendances could be ledger to the blockchain. We realized, I mean, there's I think 4 million-ish young children in South Africa, and if we sent 4 million attendance claims into the Ethereum blockchain, we would crash the network every day. So we designed, our founders and our team decided that we needed a blockchain specifically built for impact projects and this sort of data collection and verification, and that's where ICO came in.
So this is the example, the beta, that will build the trust for other impact projects to come on board and use ICO. I was looking at your presentation, and it talks about $1 trillion each year being spent on impact projects in line with the UN policy of eradicating poverty. But the problem is getting access to high quality data so that they can make informed decisions in going ahead with those projects. So correct me if I'm wrong, what the ICO protocol actually does, or the solution is to enable the collection and verification of that data.
Definitely.
Do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, so with the kind of $1 trillion being spent currently, there's a lot of great work being done, and I don't want to discredit that at all. They're great organizations and great projects, but it's really hard to attribute your money donated or the money from the UN to those specific projects. And it's also kind of hard to attribute what's not working, and maybe where funding's going in but not producing the results that maybe we want, and then maybe where it's working really well, and you know, the kind of shining stars out of the schools or the doctors who are giving vaccinations. So with ICO, if we collect all that data in a semi-standardized format, and we're able to analyze it and verify it, we can actually pinpoint those pain points kind of, as well as pinpoint what's doing really well, and learn from that.
George?
Well, I think it's terrific, and of course you're here today at the Blockchain Centre in South Bank in Melbourne, and you're going to be presenting at the Talk Trade sessions. Is that right? What's today?
No, Talk Trade was yesterday.
I'm presenting my own session, building the impact economy.
And what are you hoping to achieve today?
Yeah, I think first, this is an amazing center and an amazing community. Never really would have thought, I guess, in Melbourne. I'm not too familiar, but last night was great. And I think today I just want to educate, I guess, this community about what we're doing, also about blockchain for social impact. I think blockchain to some degree doesn't always get the best reputation with, trading and mining and crypto, fads. But yeah, I just want to show people what we're doing out in South Africa and hopefully inspire some people to, buy into this, as well as get maybe a few projects on board, or at least some interest. So when we do roll out fully end of June, maybe some will get an Australian project.
So does ICO actually connect volunteers with projects? Or?
Yeah, so that's part of what we kind of our value is creating a network of service providers, funders, and evaluators. So those are the three main participants per project.
If they go to your website, they can get involved. It's a simple
So
steps.
when it's live, end of June. Yes.
Oh, that's right, end of June it's going live. That's fantastic. I can see a lot of applications here, and I'm really excited.
Yeah.
And what a fantastic project.
Yeah.
And the website is?
So our website right now is ixo.network, ixo.network. And you can find all our information on our Twitter, which is ixo_impact, Telegram, which is ixonetwork/ixonetwork. But yeah, find us on social media. We're all our team's there. Ask us a lot of questions. Give us your ideas. We're super, super excited about this. And yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us today. We'll show you a little presentation of ICO, and hopefully you can join us for another episode of Blockheads. See you next time.
See you next time.
This enables you to become the creator of your own impact projects and a stakeholder in the projects you believe in. The ICO protocol ensures that impact claims are verified with the help of intelligent evaluation oracles. Verified data is a valuable digital asset and is minted as an impact token. This enables us to value what counts. Now you can watch projects around the world grow in value as they generate proof of impact. In the time you took to watch this video, ICO could have verified exponential impacts across the world.